most haunted places in the world. Another Papa Meat video. I love Papa Meat's videos. Probably like one of, if not my favorite YouTuber. Fitting the Halloween season here. It's just about Halloween's literally like tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. So yeah, let's get straight into it.
Channel, how you doing? How you doing? Tune and sit on down because today we're going to be talking about the most haunted places in the entire world.
Side note, I absolutely hate like haunted houses or haunted mazes. Not because they're not like scary. They are like usually kind of scary, but I'm just like I'm not a big Halloween fan, and I had so many bad experiences in actually elementary school with those. When I was in elementary school, in grade I think 6, or grade 7, 7. Oh gosh. I actually, it was really dark in this haunted maze, and it was kind of crappy because it was so dark where you couldn't even, like, see, for one, you couldn't see where to go, and for two, you couldn't see, like, what, like, they couldn't scare you, it was so dark, and I couldn't see where I was going, and I had someone in front of me, and I kind of got split apart from them, and I, like, couldn't see what direction to go, and I walked straight into a pole, and it pissed me off, so it hurt and it pissed me off so bad, and I just wanted to get out of there, but it was like, it wasn't even like halfway through, and I had to like keep doing this haunted maze where I was like so pissed off that I wasn't getting scared at all, and ever since then I've been so over haunted houses. Sorry for the side story.
We've done America. There might be more things to talk about in America because they are a part of the world. We've also talked about haunted objects. A lot of haunts. But today we're going worldwide, baby. Because October is the scariest time of the year. And what better way to get into Halloween spirit than exploring some of the strangest and most terrifying places known to man? In the past, we've explored the scariest places across the United States, but now it's time to branch out and discover what the rest of the world has to offer. Which no one is as old as the United States, so I doubt it's any. From the cold...
I just don't like Halloween. I'm not a Halloween fan, I'm not gonna lie.
All the mysterious castles found in Europe to the haunted temples in Asia to the cursed tombs of Africa. There truly isn't anywhere on the planet that the dead don't inhabit. The ghosts, they go everywhere.
Even underground?
They might be underground. So get ready as we cover some insane or unique haunts that are sure to cause a scare. The first stop on our journey takes us across the pond over to the UK, where one of the most haunted places in the world is set to reside. Though you wouldn't think it at first glance, the Tower of London has terrorized people for centuries. Where's Tower of London? Not where is it, but what is it like Big Ben?
No.
I feel like old castles are just kind of creepy. Like, especially like one that's like mainly unoccupied, just like all that space.
Ben.
It's not Big Ben, is Big Ben.
Is Big Ben the one that's by the bridge?
Yes, the London Bridge.
That has to be haunted too. It's falling down.
That's true, yeah.
Well, it's a little early in the morning when we're recording here, so give me a little break. Originally built in 1078. What?
It's old.
God damn. Originally built in 1078. Holy hell. God damn, give the motherfucker facelift. Have they touched it since then?
Surely they had.
Okay. The Tower of London has housed both royalty and some of the most notorious criminals in the history. The 18-acre half prison, half palace is situated on the River Thames in central London and was a functioning prison up until 1952, when it closed its doors and reopened as a tourist attraction. I don't really know if I like the idea of I'm royalty and I live here. Also, there's prisoners in the same building.
Yeah,
that
it's a weird
unsafe.
mix. Having like all of the like highest class people with prisoners is kind of
maybe they enjoyed
situation.
having prisoners.
Yeah, royalty's white noise for sleeping wasn't just like monkeys and jungle music. It was like in like waves. It's people screaming and getting whipped. Oh Many of the royal residents who ruled over the Kai had received exotic animals as gifts and stored them in that tower. This ranged from monkeys to lions, and in one instance, a polar bear. And in 1251, King Henry III received a white bear from the King of Norway and housed it in the Tower of London Menagerie, where it lived out its days swimming in the river and eating fish. I still don't think that's probably a good time for it. A big white bear. Play in the gray water. Eat our trash fish in the gray water. Now he turns into a black bear. He used to be white. It was gray. However, several witnesses claim to have seen a ghostly white bear wandering the complex.
Whoa, haunted bear.
I really didn't even think about animals haunting.
I didn't know they could haunt.
I thought animals didn't have souls.
Maybe this bear was reincarnated, or the person was reincarnated into a bear, and then, yeah, died, and now it's ghost haunts.
Would you rather be haunted by a bear or a man?
I feel like a bear would be way scarier than a man.
I don't know.
I feel like a person is way scarier than an animal haunting you. I mean, a bear is scary, but like haunting you, I feel like a person by far, not even close. Oh.
In 1816, a night guard heard strange sounds coming from the jewel room and decided to investigate. He definitely wasn't stealing. Did you guys hear that? When he opened the door, he saw a large white bear standing in the darkness. What the fuck was the bear doing there? Shocked by this, he thrust his bayonet at the beast, only for it to pass through and stab the wall behind it. Oh. The guard was later found in a state of shock and taken to the guard's barracks.
Schizophrenia. They weren't diagnosing it back then. That's, I feel like a lot of horror stories in like early times are probably just people being crazy. In my opinion, maybe like there's a lot that do have like multiple accounts of the same person seeing the same stuff, but like again, mental illness back then was not so accounted for.
Where he was inspected. The head guard found no signs of intoxication, all while the guard was silently mumbling about what he had seen. What do you think it really was? He obviously went in there to steal jewels.
Yeah.
What if it was like just a large fat man?
Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah, and then you mistake him for a bear. The guy comes up later. He's like looking at him in the hospital room. What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Rest your weary eyes, guardsman. You don't want to get haunted again, do you? Not long after the incident, the guard went completely insane and died from shock. I bet you that.
Yeah, see, he was probably just crazy before. Like, I feel like that one's pretty obvious there.
It's probably syphilis or something.
I was gonna say too, it could have been some kind of hallucination.
Yeah, he probably was like fucking whores on the side. He's like, I work for the queen. These fucking dirty ass whores, whatever. He gets a dirty cock, turns his brain to mashed potatoes. All of a sudden he's like, white bear. White bear goes white bear. Around the same time, Edmund Linthal Swift, who would find the frightened guardsman, also had a scare of his own. One night, Edmund brought his family to Anne Boleyn's room in the Martin Tower, where she had been held before her execution. And after closing all the blinds and locking the doors, the family saw a pill-shaped apparition form in the middle of the room. A pale white phantom traveled to each person, sitting at the table in the middle of the room before stopping above Edmund's wife before she could move. The pill shot down onto her shoulder, forcing her to crouch in pain and yell, "Oh, Christ, it has seized me!" As soon as she yelled, Edmund grabbed a chair and threw it at his wife.
What? No way.
She's like, I think I have shoulder pain, causing the ghost to disappear. Oh my God, thank God.
I feel like that was a bit of an overreaction.
Like, there's a ghost on you. That's like when people's like, there's a spider on you.
She's like a broken jaw, like a broken nose, and her like eyes all swollen. She's like, my God, dear, you are haunted. May the evil spirits stay away from you, my love. To this day, it is known as the Phantom Lava Lamp, and is said to haunt that very room. I don't like that. That scares me. I also know, you know what it is? It's psychological damage. I'm too weak-minded. Or if someone's just like, it's haunted in there, I'm gonna immediately be like, what is that? I saw a pill. King Henry VIII is responsible for many of the ghosts found at the tower, so it's no surprise to see him lurking around. In 1890, a sentry guard was doing his round when he heard someone call his name, where he turned around and he saw a bloated face of King Henry. He claimed that Henry's face was deep red and drooling at the mouth. After calling his name, the spirit chased the guard down the hallway before it soon disappeared. You know what's so weird is that a lot of these like superstitions and folktales and stuff, it's probably just other people who fuck with each other. Hey, Brigham, I'll hate you. And then there's another. And that changes that man's life forever.
Also, these people are deeply, deeply religious.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And then you feel bad too because now the guy's just like he's gone into shock. He can't speak anymore. And the other guys who pulled the prank are like.
Just want to take a second to thank our sponsor GamerSupps for being one of our best sponsors, if not the best sponsor on this channel, and for giving us so much support, and for having amazing, tasty, quality products like our own flavor, raw meat, that you can order right now. It's amazing energy supplement. There's caffeine-free options, and everything has 0 sugar, baby. So if you're trying to get off the sody pops and get into something tasty, consider raw meat GamerSupps. I'm telling you, it's amazing. You can't go wrong with any of their flavors, and they also have big tittied anime shakers that, you know, if you get your rocks off to that, I consider it because they're pretty sexy. It's be stiff in my pants. So thank you GamerSupps for sponsoring this episode. And hey, check out raw meat. It's seriously the best flavor. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Raw meat if you're trying to get a nice caffeinated beverage. Thank you. Back to the video.
Anne Boleyn was the second wife of King Henry and was charged with incest and adultery after being unable to bear a male heir. Fair. She was beheaded for her crimes and has been seen walking around with her head in her hands. Just down the road from the Tower of London is the world's most haunted pub called the Grenadier. It was built in the 1720s as a barracks for soldiers, and it wasn't until
I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these horror stories just sound like white people that don't got nothing better to do with their time. I swear to God, it's... I'm not saying it's a causation, but there's definitely a correlation there.
A century later that the building was converted into a bar. And shortly after it was converted, a soldier named Cedric was beaten to death in the basement after getting caught cheating during a card game. Fair. It's just so funny back in the day, like, he cheated at this game. All right, let's kill him.
Do you think he was just doing really good and...
I have a sneaking suspicion he's like, I hate to say it, but it's a full house again. All right, boys. You know what I mean? Like, since then, it is said that his spirit haunts the pub and torments guests. On more than one occasion, people have witnessed a cigarette being smoked by itself. And one person even claimed to have been burned by an invisible cigarette, which is kind of fun. I like this because he's a ghost and he smoked.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I personally don't believe in ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. Not judging anyone that does, but I feel like all this stuff is just people lying and people just fucking with each other. Like, I mean, there's just, I feel like no ghost instance is that I know of. I don't do a lot of, I don't spend a lot of time looking at that kind of stuff just because I don't believe in it. But I feel like there's just never enough to back it up. And there's so many stories. Like, there's so many stories of ghosts. But I feel like none of them are backed up well. That's why I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
Real cigarettes. And then he is also like, you know what? You know what? Fuck you. Put that in your neck.
Yeah, also, I like how that is definitely just some guy, other soldiers fucking with each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just flicking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people are probably so gullible too. They're like, I got burned by a ghost. Instead of like looking around and being like, did you burn me? I bet you that was never said. What'd you do?
Also, this is a pub filled with drunk people.
Other patrons have claimed to have seen a spectral soldier in mirrors and photos taken in the bar. Cedric is also known to create cold spots, rearrange furniture, and cause people to feel depressed, along with feelings of being watched. These are all extremely common things, I feel like, in a bar. Oh, I kind of feel a bit sad. So they're chugging on beer the whole night. Oh my God. Who's watching me?
Yeah, it's a packed room.
Yeah. Are you looking at me? I feel like I'm being watched. Also, like, probably, like, just smell like shit. Just a total slosh. People are looking at me, ain't they? To appease the angry soldier customers, people stick money into the ceiling to cover his tab so he can continue his drink in the afterlife, which is kind of fun. See, I like little bits like that.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Los Angeles, I go to the Rainbow Bar and Grill. That's where Lemmy from Motorhead used to go. I buy him a Jack and Coke. There's a little altar to him. Buy him a little Jack and Coke and put it as altar every time. Nick's seen it. Fuck. Fly. The next stop on our journey takes us south to the Mediterranean, where the most haunted island in the world is located. Poveglia.
Haunted island. Okay. Bro,
Fuck.
that mosquito thing is pissing me off, dude. Oh my god, bro.
Poveglia is a small island located in northern Italy and is home to a former plague hospital turned mental institute. That only makes total sense to me. Let's just change it. I mean, people are probably, after a while, they're like, it's fine. Just swap it over. People have been living on the island since the 400s, but it wasn't until the 1500s that it became a quarantine zone for the plague. After the plague ended, the area was abandoned until 1922 when it was repurposed as a psychiatric ward. Today, it sits abandoned and barred from the public for 60 years after the ward closed in 1968. Now, it is a hotspot for ghost hunters who get special permission to investigate there. And what makes this place so haunted is the mass graves that house thousands of plague victims all across the island. Many who have set foot on the property claim that it is 50% dirt and 50% human ash.
That's a lot of
Lot of
ash.
dead people.
Locals call it the Island of Ghosts because of how many spirits have been spotted. The most well-known specter is that of a mad doctor who jumped to his death in the bell tower.
Everyone that's going there are people trying to find ghosts that probably have their own ways of finding ghosts. So no wonder there's so many sightings there, because that's what people are going there for. So again, just proving my point to why I'm not a big fan of the whole ghost hunting thing.
During his tenure at the psych ward, he performed hundreds of lobotomies that left people debilitated and in severe pain. Shortly after his death, ghost hunters claimed to have contacted the doctor and sometimes see him roaming the halls. And in 2009, thank God we got here, Zach Bagans and the Ghost Adventure crew were granted access to the island to investigate, where there they claimed to speak with multiple victims of the doctor. Go ahead and show one.
I'm gonna try some English here just to see what happens.
That's hard-hitting proof. But the episode's most notable highlight was when Zach got possessed by a demon and freaked out at his camera crew.
My God, bro.
Me?
Yeah, I said you!
Whoa. Stop, dude.
Get out of here!
This is gold. I love it. You know how many times does this happen?
A lot.
Motherfucker gets possessed all the time.
He's around a lot of demons.
He's around a lot of demons, but after a while, it's like, goddamn, Zach, do you not have any other precautions? He said that he got so haunted that he became, like, blind. That's why he has to wear glasses, right?
Yeah, special glasses.
I feel like there's so many episodes where literally he gets possessed and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. I think it's a mixture of cocaine. I think it's a mixture of a little bit of alcohol. You're trying to tell me that Zach Bagans doesn't go around carrying a flask of peach schnapps.
I believe it, you know.
I would believe it in a heartbeat. He does a little bump, takes a little swig, and I think he takes like horse testosterone or something. He's sitting there and he's just like all wired up. Punching hole in drywalls and shit. I mean, I wonder how many cases that he's gotten possessed where he's like freaks out the crew.
I bet.
Or members of his crew freak out on them too.
Yeah, that's
It's a lot.
Did he get possessed at Hell House?
No, I think his cameraman did, and then he did, which is my favorite part. Because I'm pretty sure he sat there like, dude, Zach, what is going on? He's just like, he's like, dude, I became so violent, I feel like I wanted to kill you. While cursing and filling his arms in the pitch dark.
Dude, honestly, like, I don't hate these videos because they're so, like, bad and unbelievable in my opinion that they're hilarious. Because they're just, like, they're just acting. So, like they're just freaking out on their staff for this, like, bit. I wonder if they all, like, I wonder if they think about that, like, stuff on the fly, like, when they're recording, or if they have a preset, like, plan on when they're gonna start acting like they're possessed. I'm not sure. I don't really watch that stuff often, but it is funny.
He began to punch the walls and wander aimlessly through the chapel. It took 5 minutes of freaking out before one of the other co-hosts, Nick, came over and performed an exorcism on Zach by telling the spirit to let it go, which I do love a drive-by exorcism. I do love how easy exorcisms can be. Hey, you're gone. Hey, let go of him. Thank you. He's a powerful priest. No fisherman dares go near the island, believing that it is cursed with dangerous spirits. Other than the Mad Doctor, of course. Locals are fully convinced that the island is infested with...
Dude, spending a night there, though, like, that would be scary stuff. Like, as someone that fully does not believe in ghosts, I would still be scared as shit, like, spending a night on that island. Even though I don't believe in it, it's still, like, even just the environment there, it's spooky.
Vampires.
What? Ghosts and vampires.
I didn't realize we were going to be touching on vampires in this haunting video. If you're attacked by a vampire, it is technically kind of a haunting because it is a dead man.
It's true. Yeah, undead.
We kind of skirted the game, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah, a little bit.
This is because multiple bodies were unearthed with stones and even blood in their mouth, leaving many to believe that they were recently up and walking around feasting on human blood. There's probably people fucking, you know this. What's horrifying is when people are like, he's dead, and they bury him, and the people wake up, and they're like, oh my god, he's a zombie trying to get out, and no, it's just a guy trying to claw his way out of the fucking, that is my nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, that's why I almost like, I want to have like a little pill. In case anything happens, I could be like, oh, I'm done.
See, I would just have a contingency where it's like, if you're gonna bury me, cut my head off.
I kind of like that idea. I feel like I wish that was kind of a more normal thing. Also, I think that's also why the Vikings did it, right? Just set them off. You fucking burn the fucking thing. Do you think, how many times do you think they were doing the float? You know, oh, Fjord, I miss you. Oh. And they fire it. And the guy's like, oh, ah, ah. Are they like, oh, no? And they go swimming, or are they like, oh, it's done?
It's done.
I can hear a scream, so the afterlife, he's happy. Let's move away from Europe. Fuck Europe. Just kidding. I don't know. The Valley of the Kings is one of the most important archaeological discoveries in history, but it is also one of the most haunted places on Earth. The first tombs were constructed around 1500 BCE, and for thousands of years, Egyptian pharaohs and nobles were buried in lavish rooms.
Cool,
that's what I'm gonna say. I watch some people. There's like YouTube videos, people like being like, "Oh, I'm going into the Valley of Kings or whatever, the tombs, and the pyramids." No. I'm so claustrophobic. Try not having a panic attack watching one of those videos. Go ahead. Watch a guy go up these stairs. Like there's this hallway to get to the king's room. You have to go up this huge, steep, narrow thing, but also it's one way. So people are also coming down. So you're like trapped in this thing, and there's like watch a video and try not to have a panic attack. Go ahead. Challenge impossible. However, it would remain relatively untouched until 1922, when Egyptologist Howard Carter discovered King Tut's tomb and unleashed the mummy's curse, which you know that everyone knows King Tut, but, and then everyone, you know, there's a lot of movies about mummies and all that kind of stuff, but the string of events that happened after that motherfucker opened that tomb is kind of odd. I will say that. As soon as the tomb was open, nearly everyone tied to it began to die off in mysterious ways. This is no shit. It's very weird. To the point where I'm like, this might be the only story on here where I'm like, The first one to go was George Herbert. He was at the tomb when it was open and paid for the entire expedition. He died from mosquito bite that led to blood poisoning only 4 months after the initial opening of the tomb. Which you could be like, all right, hey,
yeah,
it's a mosquito bite. Gonna happen. I mean, what the fuck? You're in Africa. There's like marshy, swampy area. There's gonna be mosquitoes everywhere. Next up was George Gould, who simply visited the tomb before succumbing to a fever 5 months later. A little more suspicious, right? Motherfucker just all of a sudden got a fever. Come on. I don't know. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed was invited by Howard to perform the x-rays on Tut's body, but died from cancer related to x-rays before he could make it to the tomb, which, to be fair, they probably didn't have very safety good precautions for the x-rays back in the day, but still kind of scary.
All of these deaths are kind of just making sense. I'm not gonna lie.
The next two to die were Asa Mace, who worked with Howard Carter to excavate the tomb, and the other was the Honorable Mervyn Robert Howard Molecule whatever Herbert, a cricket player and the half-brother of George Herbert, and he too was one of the first people to enter the tomb. Long name, too long of a name. You gotta die. Both men would die of pneumonia a few years after the tomb was open and a year apart from each other, which seems just a bit odd.
Yeah, this is...
For noblemen, for people who have...
I mean, it's a little odd, but it's like they all just got sick, which I feel like a lot a lot of people weren't living like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's odd, but I'd be more like weirded out if it was like Final Destination style, like they were like had a little more crazy deaths, but they're just getting sick.
Like money and stuff at the time, and also that their deaths were almost like a year apart, exactly a year apart.
Yeah, this is very suspicious.
Sure, the mosquito bite guy, right? Sure, the x-ray doctor that didn't use any safety precautions and he's given x-rays every 7 minutes as practice. Sure. And the other guys?
No, these deaths.
I don't know. Howard's secretary would be smothered with a pillow while okay. Howard's secretary would be smothered with a pillow while at a bath club. Edgar Steele, the man in charge.
You're having me a little bit with this one. That's
Charge of the artifacts from the tomb at the museum died from stomach illness believed to have been caused by foul play. So now people are just getting murdered, all right? And lastly, another museum worker in charge of displays was found dead in his bed from an unknown cause. An unknown cause!
Okay,
just dead. He's gone. Do you think it was that easy? And the mummy got him. Yeah, I mean, they like walk in. Oh, boy. We knew it was gonna happen. He's just on the bed like... All of these deaths occurred within 12 years of the tomb being opened, and all of them had connections to the tomb, all right?
Okay.
And many have speculated.
Within 12 years, all of those deaths is... Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
There's a scientific...
But I don't believe in curses or nothing, so there is reason now behind all of their deaths.
Explanation for the deaths, but others believe it was the curse or even the result of satanic worship, which I don't know about that last part, but I do think that could have been the mummy stuff. Aleister Crowley believed in the occult and described himself as a religious prophet. Though he wasn't at the tomb's unveiling, he was in the same circle as all the men who died. Crowley was known for performing ritual magic, and his diary entries contained multiple references to specific times, methods, and religious symbolism associated with some of the deaths that happened from the people in the tomb. I just imagine they're all just like, I want to hang out with Crowley. He has a big funny hat. Why not? It's also important to note that Crowley was in London at the same time of each of these deaths. Like, or just like make it like, I think he did it. And all of those convicted of the crimes were his friends. If you manage to escape the curse of the mummy, you can expect to see plenty of other ghosts walking the valley at night. The most commonly spotted is a chariot driven by a small man who rides only at midnight. It is said that the sounds of horses
You're losing me with this stuff.
Pounding on the ground and whips cracking are common before it approaches. Witnesses describe the chariot differently, with some claiming it blazed as it passed by. It's totally lit on fire. I know it's just not a little guy. If the ghost is clear. And he like gets on his chariot, he's like, whoosh, rides off. It's not people, not because the world is so cruel, people won't point and laugh at him.
Oh, they're not scared of him anymore.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's the only time he can ride is at midnight, you know, or because you get pestered by so many fucking tourist trap people. He's like, only time I can ride is during the night. Yeah, there's no one there. Our last stop takes us to a little closer to home on an island just south of Mexico City, known as the Doll Island.
Yeah, dolls kind of freak me out.
Julian Barrera was a simple man who owned an island in
Milco Canals.
While he lived a relatively normal life, he would often collect dolls.
At least it's not us trying to pronounce that. At least it's not us.
Nail them to the trees, as well as hang them from branches, believing it would prevent him from evil spirits. Or he was a psychopath, and that's just scary. As the collection grew, the dolls began to talk to him and soothe him to sleep. He would go to the dumps and look for dolls to bring back to his island, where he would dress them up before hanging them alongside the others. Though the exact reason why he started collecting them in the first place is
yeah, this dude's just weird. That's all there is to this story. This dude's just weird.
Most people believe it's because a young girl drowned near his island that he collects dolls. Probably to appease the ghost.
Exactly. I feel like he drowned the young girl.
We don't know that. You're making assumptions that are probably true, but we don't know. The story goes that the girl was swept away by the current while playing with her sister. Her body, along with the doll, floated to Julian's island, where the dolls spoke to him in the girl's voice, demanding the doll back. Annabelle. Annabelle reference. So to ward off evil spirits, he nailed the dolls to the trees, but one doll wasn't enough. so he continued to hang more
Yeah,
to
this
appease the
dude's just
angry
crazy.
spirit. The more dolls he collected, the more word spread about his island, and eventually people were leaving their own dolls. And in total, there are over 4,000 dolls, making it the Guinness World Record holder for world's largest collection of haunted dolls. All of this went on until 2001
That's
when
such
Julian
a
and his
weird
nephew were out
record.
fishing. While on the boat,
Nah,
Julian
for real,
exclaimed
they be making a world record for everything, dude.
to his nephew that there were mermaids in the water singing to him. What? Before his nephew could even react, the old man was found dead face down in the water, allegedly in the same place where the girl had been found. After his death, the island only seemed to get worse as other people began to see and hear some mermaids in the canals around the island. And throughout the island, thousands of dolls are said to move and talk during the night, but there are a few dolls in particular that paranormal investigators are interested in. The first doll ever hung up is inside Julian's former one-bedroom home. Numerous people who have gone near it have claimed to hear it talk and demand for more dolls on the island, which is fucking creepy. Also, just want to say too, the visual of tons of those, and then to think at night they all start talking, that's pretty scary.
Yeah,
That's kind of a cool visual.
$4,000 talking.
4,000 dolls being like, I need more dolls. No wonder Julian's just like, the mermaid is into me. You know what I mean? And bring me your doll, I need Beanie Baby. You bring me Beanie Baby hanging on tree. The second doll, Augusta Tinta, was said to be
Augusta
Julian's
Tinta,
favorite
bro.
and the one that he would talk to the most. It is said that when Julian was alive, the doll would walk around the island at night, protecting him and even curing his illnesses. The fuck kind of Christ-like doll is this thing? Fuck sakes. I have a woman in my hair.
Augustina, heal me.
Okay, Nina, doll. Heal me. I need to be healed. Oh. There's a small shrine that surrounds Augustina where people leave small offerings in hopes that she will protect them too, which is fun. I like that. With so much death and destruction in the
I
world,
will say
it's just
the little like, things they make like that. We're leaving your offerings, the bills on the ceiling, the that kind of stuff. That's cool. But yeah, that was a W video. Ghosts are not real. All right. Thanks for tuning in to stream today. We're gonna end it here. It was fun. Got some good videos in. The how to spot a liar, worst mistakes made on Hell's Kitchen, idiots in cars. We're gonna save all those for next time. Yeah, thank you for tuning in.